Alright, peace and greetings, YouTubers. You know, I just said I would share what was deep down in my spirit, pondering on my soul. I said I would share the blessings that I have received with my subscribers, because we can have these conversations and you all won't judge me and look at me like I'm a lunatic. Anyway, so, you know, there has always been a certain group of artists and entertainers who have always just excited me, and no matter what they do, I just think it's the greatest thing ever, and they always take me back to happier times in life when life used to be perfect and we could be ignorant to what was going on around the world, and all we had to worry about was how fast they were going to rebuild Angel Grove after it got destroyed on Power Rangers. And you know, those entertainers were always Michael, MC Hammer, Bobby Brown, Janet, TLC, a few years down the line, Brandy. And you know, as I got older, it really just became TLC and Janet, and then it, you know, but anyway, so you know, literally, I've seen most of my favorite entertainers live. I've seen Janet, I've seen Brandy a few times, even got to meet her. I've seen Shantae Moore, Jill Scott, Common, Nas, all of these entertainers I really like. Michael, I didn't get to see. Why? Because, you know, he hadn't toured America since the Bad Tour in '87, and I was born in '88, so clearly, even if I would have won, I wouldn't have remembered. And, you know, I didn't get to see Whitney because she died, but I did get to see her at BET Honors. And, you know, TLC I had never got to freaking see. And even with that, it was still like a setup with that, too, because I only got to see, you know, they're all not here anymore. But anyway, you know, I didn't get to see them when they were touring with Hammer. I didn't get to see them with the Boyz II Men TLC tour. The Fan Metal tour came to Seattle January 10th. 2000, 730 Key Arena, $35 for general admission, Mom and Dad, and they would not let me go because they were so religious, and they kept saying, oh no, because if the rapture comes back and you go to hell, it's going to be your fault, so you can't go. So you know what, Mom and Dad, I didn't get to see my favorite group, and then left. I died 2 years later, so thanks, Mom and Dad, you're the worst parents ever, and Bill and Felicia Rashad are my real parents, or Will and Jada are, and they sent me to you guys because they wanted me to have a normal life and not end up crazy like Willow and Jaded. Like, that's how I was thinking at the time. I was so pissed off when they didn't let me go. So, you know, for years I just accepted the fact I will not get to see my group. So I've seen everybody else, and I used to be like, dang. But then this TLC movie came out, and out of nowhere they just kind of re-emerged, and they started doing all these different spot dates. But none of these concerts were in, like, my area, and I don't do too much traveling for concerts unless it's Janet. So, whatchamacallit, so, you know, they were in Chicago, I'm like, too far. They were in Indiana, still too far. I think they did the thing in New York. I'm like, man, I'm not trying to drive out there. Nah, I'm good. I ain't go to that. And, so, you know, and then I found out, okay, well, you know what, they're in Atlantic City this week. And I'm like, you know what, Atlantic City is not too far from D.C. Honestly, if you can go to Atlantic City, I could have went to New York and saw them. But I was like, you know what, me and one of my good friends, she was a huge Trey Songz fan, and we went to Atlantic City to see Trey Songz one time. And I'm like, you know what, if you can go see Trey Songz, who you're not even a big fan of, he's on the fence with me sometimes. So I was like, you know, if I can go see him, you know, and that was back in college. I'm like, I got on that Greyhound bus and we rode to that concert. So I'm like, if you can get on a bus and see Trey Songz when you were on a college budget in Atlantic City, now that you have your own stuff and you're grown, you got your own place in the car, you can go ahead and drop some dimes and drive on over to Atlantic City. Long story short, I didn't go. You know, just with my schedule and work and classes, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to go, and, you know, and F it. So I didn't buy the tickets, and the concert came and went. I was all in my feelings, pissed off, like, dang it, stupid. When the hell are you going to see them? And then I'm in my car, and I hear an announcement on the radio. They're like, oh, TLC is going to be at International Fest, Largo, Maryland, tomorrow, July 13th. I'm like, what? Huh? Wow. And I had to freaking put my phone out, not while I was driving. I waited until I got to the red light, at least. And, don't judge. And I'm sitting here looking at stuff. I couldn't find nothing on Ticketmaster. People are hunking like the light's green. I'm like, oh, I gotta put my phone down. Let me keep driving. I pulled over. I'm trying to find the thing. Nothing. I'm like, maybe I just heard stuff wrong. And then, I don't know, maybe I saw something on Twitter. I'm like, oh, no, they're really here. So, of course, I get my tickets. Now, they had two options. $100 VIP tickets or $25 tickets. Now, I am a big fan, and they are my say-all-be-all. But, you know what? Hey, it was $100 for what? I don't know, because if this is a festival, I don't know if this is going to be like a real concert, because you know sometimes at festivals the people will come out and do like 5 songs and go home. I said nope, I don't pay $100 for 5 songs. You got to at least have a 2-hour show for me to even spend more than $100. Okay, the only 2 people I ever spent more than $100 on was Beyonce and Janet. All right, and Janet can get all the money she wants from me. Beyonce, that was a stretch. I was kind of pissed paying it, but you know it was a good show. Anyway, so I paid my $25, and then I discovered that the show is general admission anyway. So I'm like, oh, cool. So you can kind of just, and it's like standing room only. So I'm like, cool, I can just move my way to the front. So I get my ticket. I had another friend that was supposed to go with me, but they always want to be late to stuff. And I was like, listen, we can't be late because if this is standing room only, I got to get to the front I am not missing this show because the last time I missed a TLC concert, one of them died. And not to be rude, but one of them is sick, and I'm not missing this show. So, you know, they didn't come. So I get to the show. Estelle's performing. She's great. She's awesome. But get off the stage. I want to see my group. I want to see my group. But honestly, Estelle gave a really great show for a bunch of songs I didn't know. She was fun. I had a good time with her. I was like, all right, Estelle. And then right when she was finished, then they had Dougie Fresh come out and he partied. And I was like, cool, la-di-da-da, we like the party. And I'm still, you know, there are already people there. So I'm kind of easing my way to the front, you know, knocking over a few people, and by then everybody in the crowd done had a few drinks, so people and it's hot outside, and it's a Sunday evening, and you know, we folks got to work tomorrow, so some people are getting restless, like we're ready to go. After Dougie Fresh is done, they have this Latin, jazz, Brazilian, salsa, merengue, cumbia, I don't know what type of band they were, but they were like this great little Latin band, like some of them were from Cuba, some were from, I forgot, maybe Peru or something. And, you know, so they're doing their song. Now, of course, they're singing everything in Spanish. And, you know, I have an appreciation for the Latins because I am a huge Selena. You know, I'm going to stop quoting Selena. Every time I say anything with Spanish people, all I ever do is quote Selena as if she's the only person that made music, okay? But still, so, you know, I'm jamming with them. And, you know, and the guys on the congos, like, yeah, mamacita, da-da. And I was like, okay, how many songs y'all going to do? All right, this is cool, but I want to see TLC. Now, wrap it up. And, but they were actually a really good group. It's just, it was bad timing. I went to see my group. And what was funny was, the demographics of the crowd were very diverse. There were a lot of younger people there, like lots of kids, lots of teenagers. And I'm like, y'all like TLC like that? I didn't know. Like, you know, I thought this was going to kind of be like the 25 and up crowd, and I was going to, you know. But no, there were so many kids. They had the little left eye. I'm on the wrong eye. The left eye little marks and their crazy, sexy, cool shirts on and signs and posters. I'm like, what? Okay. All right, cool. But, you know, I keep forgetting the movie came out, so that brought in some new fans. But anyway, finally it's TLC time, and the band is coming on stage. Then we got a problem. The PA system ain't working right. They can't get the sound right with the band's instruments, because you know when you do festivals and you have different bands switch, it takes forever to sync up all the instruments. And I'm like, oh, get it right. Just come on, get it together. And at the same time, I'm like, I'm nervous, because now all of my fanhood thoughts are coming into play. Like, okay, t-boz got sickle cell. She can't be in extreme weather. She can't be in extreme cold and extreme heat. It's kind of hot out here. Lord, please don't let her pass out backstage. Like, God, just let them get to the stage. Just get them to the stage. They do a whole bunch of work and crap. Finally, everything's good. TLC comes out, and now I'm in fan mode. Like, you know, I had to get to that front. I found my way to the front. I was knocking them little kids out the way. Nothing against the kids, but I'm like, look, y'all move. Y'all weren't even around during the good times. Get out the way. Go on, move. Y'all just move. Okay, because me, literally, I was like, it was like I was 12 again. I was like okay, I was ready. So I got me a front row spot or whatever. I had knocked a few kids out the way, and they come out. They just kill it. And I'm not saying that because I'm a fan, but because, you know, I'm real critical of performances. If they suck, they suck. Watch what I said about their performance on the AMAs. But they just, you know, they came out with the dancers and the band and the little fog lights, and they gave me a good little show. I was like, yeah. I couldn't do that in public because people were watching, but, you know, in my head, that's what I was doing. But I was real, you know, I couldn't even focus and get the pictures because my arm was shaking, and, you know, I could never get more than 10 seconds of a video clip because I was too busy watching the show. I was like, forget it. And then, see, this is where all these little kids came in handy. Because they had so many little kids, they're not little kids, you know, they're teenagers, but because there were so many younger people that were fans, they were all, like, in the front with their signs, and t-boz and Chili would keep coming over there to wave at them. So, you know, I'm taller than all of them, so and they're like, you know, they're waving, hey, I'm like, yes, we in this. So I'm like, all right, little kids, y'all finally came in handy, but hey, don't y'all be singing along the red light special, okay? Y'all already too fast as it is. You're watching too much Love and Hip Hop and all that other mess anyway. You need to take y'all butts home. But concert was good. You know, they really did their thing. And, you know, Chili was dancing and spinning all on her head and doing her thing. t-boz, she would come and do her thing, and then she went backstage, get a puff of oxygen, run to the other side of the stage, get a sip of water, run back out, do her 8 count again, and run back out. And what I appreciated was they had the band. You know, it wasn't like a full band. It was like a 3-piece band with the help of the DJ and some other things, which was cool. I was like, I can take that, okay? Because, you know, I only paid $25 to get in it because it was a festival. So I'm like, I paid my $25, had my little wristband, pushed my way up there. So I did not expect to have an arena spectacle with the stage moving. I was like, cool, this is cool. And plus, you know, Left Eye is no longer with us, and times have been hard for many of my favorite entertainers that came out of the 90s. And it's not, you know, I did not expect to get a Madison Square Garden extravaganza. But you know what? TLC did not give me a retirement special class reunion performance either. They gave me everything that they could give with the budget that they had. And I was thoroughly impressed. It was a good show. And because it was such a basic setup, it was very raw and high energy. So you really could feel the show. And like, I really enjoyed myself at this show. It was so good. And like, and even like vocally, they didn't sound too bad. Of course, they don't always sing everything live, but the parts that they were singing live, I was like, okay. And t-boz, you know, you got to love me, got to love me, got to love me. Sing, T, sing. All right. And you know, Chili come out and do her thing, and literally they did all the singles. They did like every single they ever released. I was like, I'll take that. They did some extra something. They did like Kick Your Game, all 2 seconds of it, and you know, they did the Meant to Be song, and it was just really good. And I mean. It was kind of sad because I was like, dang, man, I wish Left Eye could have been here, because I was kind of trying to envision if she would have been on the right side of the stage, but in reality, Left Eye wouldn't have done no damn festival, so there wouldn't have been no performance if she was still alive. But hey, maybe they would have still been in the arena. But it was just a great experience. It just warmed my spirit, because, you know, I said I was going to make sure I would see every single entertainer that influenced me before, you know, it's too late and they all start retiring. And I've done a pretty good job of doing that. And so this show, it was so good. They were right there. I got the eye contact. I'm sure many people who, you know, because, you know, I like to post on all the little music forums and Twitter. I'm sure some of them were out there, but, you know, I was kind of like focused. So if any of y'all saw me and I didn't speak to you, I am so sorry. I was in TLC land, so forgive me. I wasn't trying to be rude. My God. I was just moved. I was moved. I could not wait. You know, I called my mom when I got home. I was like, hey, Mama, guess what? I went to the TLC concert and the rapture didn't come. But I'm telling you, that was a good little show. But that's all. I just need to share that. Somebody need to hear about this. I don't think anybody's going to watch this video anyway, minus you subscribers, so y'all can hear my story. But that really just took me back to better times. Like, I really... TLC and Janet always give me that excitement that just brings me back to when I was younger. Like, I know every generation thinks that the decade that they grew up in was the best, but I'm like, damn it, if you were not around as a child in the 90s, I don't know what... God, I feel bad for anybody born after freaking 1990. But, yeah, great show, TLC. Y'all, I got my money's worth. Okay, I would have paid more than $25 for that, because it was that good. I might have paid $70. But, yeah, that's that. Anyway, subscribe. I'm out. I wish y'all well, TLC. And, yes, thank you for entertaining me. And that is, ooh, on TLC tip. I'm out.